This giveaway is done. The destinies of all 30 winners will be perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
And to find out who those lucky winners are, we're going to pick them out of the proverbial hat, which on this occasion looks more like a ball. So, I'm going to list down all the names. So, I'm going to list down all of the names of the people who have entered the competition, because it's going to take too long to read through them all. You can check if your name's on the list, of course. I've had to abbreviate some of the names so that they can fit on the paper properly. Then I'm going to cut them all out into little slips of paper, shove them in the bowl, do the typical see whose name comes out, and then that's going to be the winners. I'll probably rank up on screen who the different winners are, and also put that up against the, obviously, choice that you selected in your comment that you wanted to win. Now, some of you guys didn't get the memo, it would seem, and put more than one selection as your prize option. So, in those occasions, I'm basically just putting whatever it was you said first. So if that wasn't the thing you actually wanted, well, that's down to you. So I've written down all the things that you want as a cross-reference. As I said, we'll pick them all out of the hat, and then the 30 winners will be basically contacted here on YouTube. I'll send each of you a message pretty much, or at least reply to your comments, something like that. So be sure to check those out, and then we'll arrange the sending out of the prizes. Now, of course, the download winners will get it immediately. I can just send you the code. But for the rest of you, of course, you'll have to wait for postage. So, ultimately, we had 96 people enter for the game giveaway. I think it was 96. 62 people for the car packs. And only 5 people, funnily enough, for the free downloads. So, let's run through the names.
And then, see who's won.
Now, first of all, of course, we can shed some light on the subject. Don't worry about this over here, this is just my lamp. We're going for the low-res option.
So as I said, I'll lay out first of all the names. This is first of all for the game giveaways rather than the car packs and the downloads, which will come after this. But as I said, I will not be running through all of the names. You can just check them out here and then run through them to check if your name is included. So there's the first lot. Then the second. And then finally, the last lot of names there. So as I said, just pause that to make sure that you are satisfactorily included on the list. As I said, I did shorten some of the names just so that they could all be included on the list and not, you know, some names being longer than others, which would make the slip of paper that they're on stand out more, which would give them, you know, an unfair advantage or disadvantage of being pulled out of the hat. So that's it for the games. Then the next one up is, of course, the pack giveaway. And for the pack giveaways, we have the following names. Once again, just pause the video if you need to check out if your name is included. And then the second batch. And there you go for that. So that's all of the people for the car pack giveaway. And then finally, the simplest one of all is just for the downloads, which is as follows. Just those 5 people. So that's a pretty simple one to follow. So those are the name giveaways. And as I said, I will now basically cut out all of those names, put them all in the bowl. Well, not all together, of course, but the game giveaways, then the car packs, then the downloads. We'll run through who's winning and then, obviously, announce it as we go. And so, first of all, for the name giveaways, we have the magic bowl with the magic names inside, all 96 of them. Don't look anywhere near as much once you chopped them up, but, of course, I'll now randomly pick one. And for these, of course, we have 20 winners. So, our first winner is... Try and get it centered. Apex Wolf. Okay, so that one's picked out. And as I said, I'll probably list these up on screen somewhere here. Next winner is... Talk about a coincidence. That's going to look like a fix. 2 Apexes so far. Next winner is... Flying on Mars. That's 3. Got to keep count of these as I go. Next winner is... You. Okay. Lou 977. 777. Next winner is... Who's this? Okay. Next winner is... Attention's killing me. Stick Does Gaming. Okay, so that's 6 winners so far. The next winner is... Colino 2. Okay, that is 7. Next winner is... Tren Van S. That's 8, of course. Next winner is... Dawson Plays. That's 9. Next winner is Ben Jones. Next winner is... I'm not going to butcher your name. Next winner is... Okay, so how many is that now? It's 3, 6, 9, 12. Next winner is... Lil JD. Next winner is... Fata. Next winner is... Lippery. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 winners so far. Next winner is... CJ. Next winner is... Captain Risky. Next winner is... Jano Bin. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, so only 2 more winners. And the second to last winner is Nick Falcon. And our final winner for the 20 games is... Gibbous, or Gibbous. Okay, so that's the 20 winners. I'll slap all of those up on screen, of course, so that you can see who those winners are. And now, let's move on to the car packs. So, next up we have our winners for the car pack. And 62 people again. Gets down real small once you've chopped them all up. So, of course, this is... How many winners was it now? I think that was 6. 6 winners for this one. So, winner number 1 is... Mateo. Winner number 2 is... C&G. Winner number 3 is... Generic name, literally. Winner number 4 is... Sam Smith. Winner number 5, the second to last winner is... The Stager Man, or Stigia Man, I've heard it pronounced that way, I do not know. The Skyline Wagon Man, and our final winner is... John Rivers. So, those are our 6 winners for the car prize packs. Again, I'll slap those up on screen here. And now, of course, let's move on to the simplest of all of them, where we only have 5 people to pick from, and that is for the free downloads. And last, but definitely not least, we have 5 winners competing for 4 prizes. And those potential winners are... Whoops. Helps if it goes in the bowl. Those 5 winners are... Rowan. Zephyr. Tom. Adil. And Mario, or Mario. So, those are the 5 potential winners. Doesn't exactly have the same suspense. So, the first winner is... Rowan. Second winner is... Tom. Third winner is... Zephyr. And the final winner is... So, those are the 4 winners for the download giveaways. I'll have to double check with everyone what their prize choices were. And of course then I'll contact you individually by, as I said, replying to your comment.
And then basically after that, as I said earlier, contact you in probably a reply to your first comment on the giveaway video itself. Something which I do plan to do more of in the future, incidentally, is more download giveaways. Stuff like Microsoft points, Xbox gift codes, and maybe have like a grand prize of a year's Xbox Live and a year's PSN Plus, that kind of thing. But that won't be yet. That will be considerably more expensive for me to set up those prizes because they cost a lot more than the games do. I can pick up a lot more games for the equivalent price of something like that. But those are our winners, of course. I slapped them all up on screen, so if you recognise that, keep a lookout for my response to your original comment. Now, what we're going to do if more than one person has picked the same prize, of course, if I have multiple copies, for instance, if 2 people ask for Gran Turismo 6, that doesn't really matter, because I've got more than one. So as long as there are multiples, everyone's happy. If, though, 2 people have asked, and I haven't checked this yet, but if 2 people have asked for the same thing, basically I'll contact you, and depending on whoever was picked out of the bowl first, they will get that choice. Then the next person to have that same choice will be able to pick a second option. You don't get disqualified or anything like that, you'll just pick something else instead. And that's the way that'll go. So, Thank you all for your continued support. Of course, since last week passing 20,000, we've already now passed 20,600 in the space of 1 week. It's pretty crazy. And for those of you who might remember, most probably won't, but at the end of last year, I think I mentioned that if the channel increased growing at that current rate, then by the end of this year, by December, we'd be at 24,000 subscribers, which is pretty crazy because we're almost at 21,000 already. So it could be considerably higher than that. And again, I don't want to get the hopes up too high, especially with some people losing interest in GT Sport, but if it continues the way it's going, we could well be up around 30,000 by the end of this year, maybe even a little bit higher. Again, that's if the numbers stay the same or get better. So it's going great at the moment. Thank you again for your continued support, and that's about it. So I'll contact you with your prizes, and as always,
thank you for watching.